Hi guys, Random here, back with another Tutorial Tuesday. Now, I know we've looked at destroyers before, okay, but I'm going to show you something a bit different. Because there are some lines in the game, as far as destroyers are concerned, like the Russian and the American line, excuse me, that basically don't play like a sneaky destroyer. You have to create the sneaky yourself. They are more like gunboats, okay? Now we're looking here at the tier 6 Farragut. Now the tier 6 Farragut has a concealment of 7.3 kilometers and torpedoes that go 6.4. So you've got 900 meters there that you have to make passage across while you are visible before your torpedoes can do anything at all. So how do you play sneaky destroyer, or when you can't actually be sneaky? Well, it requires a little bit of thought, a little bit of planning, and a little bit of knowledge. So I thought I would share that with you today. Now, just very quickly, 11,500 hit points. You have 5 single-mounted 127mm guns, which fire out to 12.6 kilometers. They do some damage, but the numbers aren't all that important. 2100 max AP and 1800 max HE. Your fire chance is only 5%, so it isn't great. Your torpedoes, as mentioned, do 6.4 kilometers, 64 knots, so they're pretty quick. They deal out 11,733 maximum damage and reload in 88 seconds. Your AA defense is it's okay for a destroyer. A rating of 20 isn't brilliant, nothing to write home about certainly. But you've got 2 single-mounted 12.7mm guns, which fire out to 1.2 kilometers, 8 DPS. 2 single-mounted 20mm Ehrlichens, which are 2 kilometers, 7 DPS. And your main batteries, fire out to 5 kilometers with 16 DPS. Your maneuverability is pretty good, 36.5 knots. 560 meter turning circle and a 2.7 second rudder shift. Detectability, as mentioned, 7.3 kilometers. That's actually with the camouflage on as well. Detectability by air is 3.4, 2 kilometers on your proximity spot, and 2.8 kilometers after firing your guns from smoke. That's an important one to remember. Okay. 2.8. Don't forget that. So, module-wise on the ship, upgrades, we have availability for these here. So you could increase your rudder shift, or sorry, decrease your rudder shift by putting steering gear mod 2 on it. You could put aiming system mod 1 on there, which I think would probably be advisable. I'm saving credits at the moment, so I've got damage com mod 1 on there, and we've got main armament mod 1 as well, just to protect the guns a little bit. Okay, now there are different hulls that you can put on the ships. You could put a more AA orientated hull on this one if you wanted to, but you would lose a main battery gun. So, yeah, probably not the best idea. So, just quick look here. We haven't got any signals on. I am going to put some on for credits. I'm going to put some on for free XP as well. Yep, I'm saving money up, or free XP up, for another ship. So, 26,000 odd to go. So, I'll get there eventually. So let's jump into a game and let's have a look at how we gunboat. Hopefully we will get a carrier-free game, hopefully. But it doesn't matter too much if we don't. No, that's not too bad. Tier 5, 6, 7 game. We're mid-tier. Got a lot of destroyers on the other team. So, Kamikaze, a T-22, obviously us in the Farragut, and a Liebrecht Mass there as well. Right, let's have a look at the map. And let's see. So, let's make this nice and large. This looks like a reasonable place to be aiming. Over here somewhere. And it's epicenter as well, so everyone will try and get into the middle of the map, hopefully. I've got a couple of destroyers there. Okay, receive any 50 ribbons. We've got the Go Navy events going on at the moment, so we should be okay. So we've got reasonably good speed, so we'll use that to our advantage. And what we aren't very good at is spotting. Because of our reasonably high detectability radius there. The Kamikaze is the ship to be in, I think, if you want to spot. Now you see here, American gun traverse is reasonably good. So we are starting to capture the middle. And it looks like the enemy are now in the middle because that has stopped going up. Okay, so we have a Koenig over here. Koenig is a rather large battleship. And we have, oh, the enemy Farragut just there. So let's get the guns going. We're detected anyway, so we may as well get the guns going. So we've been damaged. That was probably that Koenig. And I'm just going to slow down here. In fact, I'm actually going to smoke up. So we'll smoke up so we can't be seen. Don't forget that 2.8 kilometer figure. So we have the enemy Farragut just coming into range. Now he's going to see me now because he's within 2 kilometers, but it doesn't matter because we've got rid of him. Now we have torpedoes coming in from over here, so we're just going to back up a little, which actually plays quite well for us because that brings the Koenig in. Now you see, what we're not doing here is relying on torpedoes alone. We've got guns. Now, yes, even the Japanese destroyers have guns, and yes, you can use them, but you shouldn't really use them too often. Now, that mass is within our detectability range if we fire our guns, so he's now seen us anyway. So let's get rid of him. This one over here is outside, so we can fire at this one. We do have that Koenig that we need to get rid of, so let's reverse back. Let's get the torpedoes going there. Now you see we've got friendly ships there, so we need to be very sure with these torpedoes. So I need to be really certain that I'm not going to torpedo friendly ships. Now his guns aren't pointing at me at the moment, so That's why I'm... There we go. Right. We have a shiny horse just coming round here, which is lovely. Not so lovely for the secondaries, but yeah, the old shine horse. So he's going to turn in because I'm there. So I'm going to aim my torpedoes at him. And we'll take a good chunk off his health. And we got torpedoed by the shine horse. But you see there, it's a very different game style than the old sneaky Japanese destroyers, and we did some decent damage there. And it looks like the mass is going for a ram. There we go. Lovely. So yeah, we won the match there, which is great. We've got some points for the Go Navy thing. But you'll see here, 48,722 damage, 58 shell hits, 5 torp hits, 2 incapacitations, 2 boats sunk, 1 fire, 2 floods, couple of spotting ribbons there as well. And a relatively healthy... There we go, look, up the top there. Yeah, relatively healthy credit income and XP there as well. You see, we took out the T-22, we took out the Farragut. We got a nice chunk of damage on the Scharnhorst, and yeah, nice little bit there as well on the Koenig, and yeah, a nice take home just there. So you see there, the actual method of playing the gunboat rather than the destroyer is quite different. Now, I'm not the best person in the world at these. You know, my forte is the sneaky destroyer rather than the gunboat one. But if you set up correctly behind an island with these 127mm American guns, you get quite high shell lift. So you fire your gun and the shell goes quite high. If you set up in the right place, you can fire your guns at ships and they can't even see you. You can set up in smoke and just pew 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 and they can't see you. You can hide behind an island like we were going to do with that Koenig, but unfortunately there were other ships around. You can set up behind an island and just do a sneaky torpedo run on it as it comes round the corner. Or, like that Scharnhorst, you can just go YOLO and charge it. So, it's very, very different to the I've got to be 5.6 kilometres away from everything so I don't get spotted type of play. There are far better people at gunboating than me, but that's the basic principles of it. I hope you find that useful. And I hope it explains the main differences between the two types of destroyer. The sneaky one and the gunboat one. And your best way to check is to look at these figures. If your torpedo range is less than your detectability range, chances are you're in a gunboat. Hope you found that enjoyable and useful. If you did, don't forget the old like button there. If you're new to the channel, then why not subscribe? Don't forget to tick the little bell as well, so YouTube gremlins let you know when a video's gone up. And yeah, leave me your thoughts on whether you prefer a gunboat or a destroyer, sneaky destroyer, down in the comments. Any thoughts on other tutorials you might like to see, and yeah, just anything you want to write down there really, as long as it's respectable. But I think that's quite enough from me for now, so thank you ever so much for watching, guys. But for now, it's Captain Random signing off. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next one.